Okay, so it's a bit budget, I know, but hopefully the thinking behind it and the principles aren't. But on that, I would love some interaction from coaches, PE teachers, parents about this, because I'd welcome any criticisms, adaptations, suggestions. Let's open a thread and let's get into some discussion on this. So, my thinking is, in this time of lockdown, where we have our athletes and students hopefully practicing some skill sets, the likelihood is that'll be on their own, hopefully in their gardens if they have access, in a small space. They may have limited numbers of people who they live with, who they can practice these skills with. Every time they practice a skill, whatever that might be, whether it's a physical skill or a very such as a movement, or a very specific sports skill such as a pass, in whatever context, there's going to be a result, and that will be whether they were successful or not in executing that skill. Now, as we know, for every skill to get to the result, there's deemed to be this technical model that we follow. Okay, so it's likely that our athletes at home will be practicing using these technical models, which they may have had from coaches, they may have had them from watching videos online, or guidance from other adults or professional athletes. So that's fair enough. They execute their skill, and every time they get a successful result, the well, if you like, is deepened. The hope is that skill becomes more stable, in that it becomes a deeper skill set. However, in sport and in life and movement, we know there's external constraints outside of our control, which produces variability. We can still get to the result though. So the variability in this case is going to be demonstrated by different coloured lines. So now, I hope to do a few more videos giving some practical examples, but this is a basic principle. So if we're working towards our technical model and we're getting really well developed within those narrow constraints, we're developing this deep channel of technique every time we achieve a result. But my question to the coaches now is, within the confines of these isolated practice sessions that our athletes are hopefully taking part in, how do we not only work on the depth of these skills in terms of following the same model, how do we broaden that model and challenge these skill sets so that when we return to a degree of normality, and this is hopefully how we approach practice anyway, our technical model takes into account some of these this variability that exists in sport and life. So I hopefully am going to do some more of these, giving some practical examples, and especially another one on how we identify what are the stable components of movement, whether that's purely physical or a sports skill, and we know they go together. But once we have those things in place, how do we then broaden those models so that we cross over some of the likely variability that will exist on the other side of this? So have a watch of this, have a think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and get back to me if you can. Thanks.